What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the vlog. We've got some really cool stuff happening this time. We're finishing up the deck details, corners going on these columns. We're also going to be doing the Techo Bloc Paver Patio and fire pit, so
make sure you hit subscribe.
Stay tuned. All right, so I'm gonna jump on the deck and I'm gonna be finishing up those corners while Scooter and Pat's on the camera right now, but he's gonna put that down in a second and he's gonna start this screed bed. We're gonna get this all screeded out and then we can start laying our pavers on here. But I'm gonna let them do that while I do these corners. Then we can all jump on this patio, get all the pavers laid, hopefully. It's supposed to rain again. The rain has been killing us, but we're gonna try to get as much done before the rain as possible. Mostly, we're gonna try to be done with the machine back here because it's a crazy, muddy mess. They're gonna get the screed bed set up, then we'll rock. So while the guys are screeding this out and getting ready for the pavers, I'm gonna finish up these posts. And you can see I got these two on here and it's just 2x2 aluminum angle. But let me show you how we're cutting this and how we're pre-drilling these so they go in nice and easy. So I've already got these cut down to length. I'm just cutting them on the chop saw. Cuts through it like butter. This aluminum's not super dense, so it cuts really nice with a circular saw or a miter saw. So I'm gonna pre-drill it. We're just doing screws at the top and bottom. This is 3/16 thick, so it's really nice and strong. We don't need a whole bunch of screws in it. It's gonna stay really rigid on its own. So what I'm doing, what I'm basically doing is pre-drilling this, and then I wanna ream out that hole so that this screw sits nice and flush. The stainless steel screw. So I'm pre-drilling it with a 3/16 bit. Now let me grab my other drill, and this has got a 5/16 bit on it. We just basically found the bit that was closest to the diameter of the head. So I'm gonna take this 5/16 bit, got the 3/16 hole already. Now when I install it, check that out. It's gonna sit nice and flat. So the nice thing with these columns, we had to obviously put a ton of screws in it, but we set it up so that this aluminum is gonna cover all those. We don't have to put in a million plugs, which is gonna save a lot of time. See how flat that is? Now we're gonna do the bottom, just pushing this in really nice and tight and pre-drilling it. Looks beautiful. And what'd you say this looks like?
Looks like it belongs in a hotel.
Looks pretty sweet with these Deckorators sconce lights on here. It's gonna create a really cool effect and really easy to install. Pretty budget friendly, so win-win. Josh, grab me some more of those stainless steel screws. Stat. I said stat. That wasn't fast enough. Our patient is dead. All right, so we got almost all of our pieces of aluminum angle up, but while I was doing that, the boys got the screed bed all ready to go for our patio, so we're gonna hop on that because it's supposed to rain pretty soon. We wanna get that knocked out. And we got a gas fire pit going in there, so It's about to get
really sweet.
Well, we're finally ready to go to Paver Town here, so let me show you what we got going on. Like we do a lot of times, we've got 0 cuts on this patio, maybe a couple, but very minimal. Let me show you what we got going on. Okay, so we're gonna be using blue 60 here, and we're gonna have an Antiqua band around the outside. Now, with Antika, because it can kind of adapt to any size, it's just kind of random. It's a really good thing to use if you wanna incorporate 0 cuts. So, what we decided, we measured this here. It's about 164 inside to inside. The blue is in increments of 13. You can actually do it in increments of 6.5, but it makes it a little bit easier if you just do 13. So we can go 130 inches by 130 inches with the blue, and then we're left with a 17-inch band of Antika all the way around. And then we don't have any cuts with that blue. It's gonna make it really easy. So we're gonna start with the blue here, and we're gonna run a string line across at that 17-inch mark. We'll do the same thing on this side, and this corner will be where we start, and we should end up with no cuts and an even 17-inch perimeter around of Antika. Super easy. All right, so we've got our string line set up here. We can start in this corner, and then we should end on that corner with the same measurement, 17 inches, Antiqua band, no cuts. So you can see from that time lapse, it started downpouring yesterday, but luckily we were still able to finish all the pavers here. Now we're ready to do the fire pit, and again, we're gonna have 0 cuts on this. We figured it out, so our fire pit's 48 by 48. The blue, we can get a 58 by 58 square out of here, so we can have a 5-inch band of Antika all the way around it. So again, we're not gonna have any cuts. So we figured out our starting point, which is right here. So I'm gonna take this one out, we'll swap it with a square, and then we'll have that 58 by 58 open square. We can build the fire pit in there. And again, once we get to the Rocka, I'll show you how we're doing that, so there's no cuts on that either. Everything's gonna work out really smooth. Thank God we have this open graded base, because yesterday with all that rain, we would have been screwed if we were doing a sand base. That's why 3/8 stone as a setting bed and 3/4 clean as a base is awesome. All right, so we've got our second row on here, and we use the Avignon edge block. This is meant for garden bed edging, but I saw an opportunity to use it as an accent band on this fire pit, so we've laid it sideways. We've mitered the corners, and it works out with the Rocka, so all we needed was 45s on these, full piece, and we don't need any cuts there. We had to cut out 2 areas for our vents, and Pat was hating on this idea, but I think it turned out pretty dynamite. I was never happy with the options for venting on the market. They're really expensive, and there's only a couple design options, so I found this material at the local home improvement store, and it's just aluminum, painted black aluminum. It's got a really cool design on it. Just like that. Super easy, cost effective, and I think it's a really cool design, so that's working out really well. Next, on top of this is gonna be another row of Rocka, and we're gonna be using the bigger pieces for that, so there won't be any cuts on top, and it'll just be 4 full pieces. It's gonna work out really nice. Check out what we did here with this aluminum angle. We were trying to come up with a different idea for how we mount that burner plate for the gas fire pit. So we had this aluminum angle, which we're using on these columns over here, and we decided to just space this out a little bit. This will sit right here, and we can just put the burner plate right on top of here. Really easy to come in and out. I'm really digging it so far. What do you think, Pat? Cool. Back to work. All right, we got the fire pit all done. Check out this aluminum angle, how easy this is gonna make it. Can you see in here, Pat?
Yep.
Look at that, just sitting on there, notched out perfectly. We got our burner plate, pop that in there. Look at that, freaking beautiful. Putting up the last couple pieces of aluminum angle. We finished up the patio in the rain the other day. We finished up the fire pit in the rain yesterday. We're finishing up the deck in the rain today. It's miserable, it's cold, it's raining. It wasn't even supposed to rain today, but it's raining. So we just have a couple more details to do here. We're gonna put this aluminum angle up. Ant is working on the stairs. Jose's working on these stairs. Josh is over there. I'm not sure what he's working on, but you know, we're all tag teaming this, so we're gonna finish this up. How do you like this aluminum angle here? Nice. Look at that, looks nice and clean, I love it. I'll screw on the top.
Locked in for justice.
Well, now we got the columns all wrapped up and they're looking freaking awesome. I got some comments on Instagram that we should have mitered all of these pieces. If you're not following on Instagram, by the way, it's at Premier Outdoor, check it out. But there's over 800 individual pieces here. Miter on both sides, that would have been over 1,600 cuts. That would have been insane, not economical at all. Plus, the aluminum angle adds a really cool detail. It gives it that sweet, sleek, modern look, which I love. And it was a lot easier to do. And checkout ties in with the Deckorators railing. Brushed titanium finish, first time using this color. It's looking freaking awesome. I can't wait to see this thing at night with these sconce lights lit up. It's gonna be like the 4th of July, baby. It's gonna be so sweet. Well, that's it for this vlog. We have this deck pretty much wrapped up. All we have left is just finishing up, cleaning out the yard, doing some plants, all that kind of stuff. But I'm not gonna lie, that's not super exciting, so we're not gonna feature any of that. You're gonna have to wait until the time lapse gets uploaded to see all the finished shots of this thing, but it's gonna be looking dynamite. We'll have some nighttime shots. So hope you liked it. Make sure you hit subscribe, and until next time, this is Premier Outdoor Living.